how to get focused and in alignment with your perfect prospect. Just think, like, how awesome would it be if the person that you like doing business with the most just kept showing up over and over and over again in your pipeline. Like, if you could just manifest them, right? Like, pow, there he is. And you just say, take my money. Anyway, that's what we're going to do today. But first, I want to talk to you about being a member of a mastermind and what that's like. Okay, we run a program over at Hardcore Closer called Break Free Academy Entourage. And there's 6, 7, 8, and 9-figure annually, like people that produce 9 figures in sales annually in the group. Now think about it, if you're not doing over $100 million a year in sales for whatever business that you're in, whether you're selling cars, mortgages, real estate, if you're not doing that, think of the lessons you could learn from the 10 people in the group who make 9 figures or more in production happen every single year, right? So I'm gonna invite you to be a part of our group. There's a monthly magazine you get, there's training videos, we're gonna teach you how to do Facebook ads, we're gonna teach you how to build fast websites that you can deploy and make money from, we're gonna teach you how to generate your leads, we're gonna align you with thought and industry leaders, and we're gonna empower you to be the confident expert that you know that you're supposed to be in this life. All you have to do to get started is at the end of this video, go over to breakfreeacademy.com/entourage. You'll get all the details, you'll see the offer, and you can join and be a part of our clique, our entourage, in your mastermind. So a long time ago, I saw a video about my man Frank Kern, and you can still find it on the interwebs in dark corners, obviously, and it's called Core Influence. And Frank talks about what he calls his like perfect day scenario, and I thought, well, why wouldn't I consider that same thing for my perfect client? And so you might think, well, what exactly is a perfect client? I'm gonna go through that with you, and then I'm gonna go how that you can arrive at who your perfect client is, and I'm gonna give you some homework at the end of this video. Is it cool with you? It better be, because we're gonna do it with or without your permission. Okay, so first of all, my perfect client's name's Mike, okay? And so if your name's Mike, I'd like to take your money, by the way. I'm just saying, if you're watching this, there's a high likelihood that your name is Michael. Michael, you should definitely give us your money because you're the perfect fit for what we're doing just by name recognition alone. But my perfect customer is Mike, and my perfect prospect is Mike. I love when Mike show up in my funnel, right? When I see a form, I know I'm like, that's my Mike right there, right? When I send emails out, I'm talking to Mike. When I make videos like this, I'm talking to you, Mike. Mike, check 1, 2, Michael Checkerson from Czechoslovakia. I'm talking to you, right? So here's the thing, Mike. My perfect prospect is like I've got him spelled out, what he does on a daily basis, how he acts, how he thinks, how he reacts, what he does for a living, all this stuff. And I have to know that so that I can get inside Mike's head so I can get videos like this with offers for him to do business with me in front of him, right? So you have to do the same thing. Have you ever designed your perfect prospect? Have you ever thought, I'd like to do business with people who are only like this, and who are consistently like this, who have this kind of attitude, this kind of money, work at this job, these kids, this. Have you ever gone through that and actually mapped that person out? Because I can tell you this, the mind is a powerful thing. And the mind gets what it wants. And it gets, more importantly than getting what it wants, it gets what it focuses on. And so if you can actually focus on who it is that you want to attract into your life, and not to get weird and be like The Secret, or you can have anything you want if you're just douchey enough, like none of that stuff, right? Here's what I want you to think though. I want you to think the power of knowing what you want. It's like go out and buy a new car. And you get a car that you never see on the road anywhere. You think you're going to be extra special. The next thing you know, everywhere you go, you start seeing your car. It was there all along, but now all of a sudden your mind is focused on it, so it sees it, it singles it out, and it picks it out. Well, the same thing can happen for your perfect prospect, right? When the mind knows what it wants, it goes after it, and it recognizes that that fits the scenario of what it wants, and it starts looking for that so that it can pack it in there. I'm telling you, it is an amazing thing we have between our ears. So Mike lives and owns a house. So Mike's not a dude that lives in a condo. He's not a person that's in an apartment. He lives and owns a nice home, right? He has a mortgage on a nice home. And that's important for my business because I think if you're going to be a good real estate agent, if you're going to be a good mortgage person, if you're going to insure people's houses, you should own one. So that's important to me in explaining this avatar. So I want you to understand my thought process behind that. Mike's also got a wife and 2 kids. And so Mike lives in a house with a wife and 2 kids, hopefully in a 3 or 4 bedroom home so that there's enough room for everybody. We'll get to that in a minute. Depends on what state Mike's in. But Mike's a wife and 2 kids, so he has people that are dependent on him so that he's forced to constantly level up because as kids get older, they get more expensive. As the wife gets older, he starts doing better business. She's going to acquire better taste if she's a good woman, and she's going to get more expensive as well. They're going to want to go to nicer vacations. She's going to cause him to level up. They're going to cause him to level up, and there is responsibility, and he's driven by something other than himself. That's why the wife and kids are important. Mike also makes over $150,000 a year annually when he files his 1040 with the IRS, which is, this is my IRS form 1040. It's got at least $150,000 in income on there. Here's why, because I'm not in the business of really helping rookie people. We have a ton of free content for people who aren't making $150,000 a year. We have a ton of free stuff like this video that people get on a regular basis to help get them to that level. It's once they get to that level that I want to say, hey, grab my arm, let me get you to the next one. Okay, and so I look for people who already have a six-figure income, who are already they're not just brushing six figures, they're getting a little deep into it at $150,000, and they understand what it takes to earn on that level, and then they're ready to invest in themselves, and I think that that's an important income level for a person to be at. And last of this list for you guys is Mike is the type of person that consistently has goals, right? His goals are consistently changing, evolving, and getting tougher and tougher. So Mike needs somebody who can help him level up as he goes through these goals, because a lot of salespeople, they live like this. Like one minute they'll hit their goal and the next minute they'll be like 2 months behind in the hole. Right? We call that the goal to hole equation. One minute you hit your goal, the next minute you're in the hole. And a lot of salespeople do that stuff, right? They ride this like wave, this thing that just never ends, and they can't ever get it together, and they'll have a $30,000 month, and then they'll have a $30 month, and then they fight the next month, they get busy, they have another $30,000 month, then they got a $2 month. And it's from the goal to the hole. It's just not a good thing for you to be in that situation. So Mike needs somebody who can keep him from going into the hole and keep him closer to getting his goal. So you think about this, my perfect avatar is a dude, right? We've obviously established that name, Mike, who lives in a home, who has people who depend on him, strong people that depend on him, a wife and 2 kids, makes at least $150,000 a year, and is consistently chasing new goals and leveling up. Now that I know that that's what Mike is, now I know every time I write an email, every time I send a video out, every time I write a blog post, every time I post on social media, I'm talking to Mike in hopes that people that fit Mike's persona will stick their hand up and say, Ryan, I get what you're saying today. I resonate with that. I want you to help me so that I can come in, change their mind, and change their lives, because that's what we do over here. So here's my exercise and my homework for you to do tonight. Take 20 minutes and write down who your perfect prospect is, right? Give them a name, give them a personality, a person that you can talk to, a person you can see. They call that your perfect avatar in other places. Talk about the assets that they have, the liabilities they have, their motivation, their driven, what's driving them, the things that they like to do in their spare time. Know what they eat for breakfast, what they do before they go to sleep, when they brush their teeth, what toothpaste they use, and what store they buy it at. You need to know every single detail about them so that you can start looking for them, because the mind gets what it focuses on. Share this video with another salesperson who needs to get honed in to find their perfect prospect, because here's what I do know. When you get tuned into what you want, you're also tuned out to what you don't want, and it makes your life as a salesperson a lot easier. Catch you next week, closers.